now.
Alright, let me start it up as well. I was just getting my cup of tea. Start recording. I am recording. And we are going live.
Yay.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's only been a couple weeks. We technically didn't skip last week. We just decided that the recording was not usable.
Then the fact that I completely got extremely sick right after that.
Oh, God.
It wasn't a sinus infection.
Oh, no. What was it?
I have no idea.
I mean, a sinus infection can turn into flu-like symptoms. So
It wasn't flu-like symptoms. It was almost COVID-like symptoms, except I was missing one important one.
yeah, so it probably wasn't COVID.
Well, they wouldn't even let me go in to take a test, so.
Ah. I have a
They
heated
said since I
blanket.
didn't have a... Huh?
I have a heated blanket, and it's being annoying.
Oh, I'm getting... I have too much going on for me to even think of heat right now. I'm having tea with liquor in it, and that's making me hot.
I still
That's
have...
how I got...
Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's how I got rid of my bug. I drank liquor.
Okay.
It's not a joke either. Washnufka. That shit was great.
Yeah, I still haven't had rum in a while because I'm still on those antibiotics. But
Right.
okay, I think I've got the blankets fixed. It was only like $20.
That's a good deal for a heated blanket.
It's a heated throw blanket, so it's not very big, but it's
Oh,
still a
perfect
heated
size
blanket.
then.
Yeah.
I gotta look for something like that because sometimes I do get cold, even though I am like a walking furnace.
Yeah, so like I have a fleece blanket that probably I should get a new one soon, but I have that. Then I have the heated throw blanket over, and then over that I have a comforter, and it's
Mm-hmm.
not like it's not too hot, but I have the heated throw sandwiched between the two blankets, so it captures heat a little bit better.
Sounds warm.
Yeah. So I'm probably just gonna Sprite at this point. Um, People on my end confused as to why I just brought this random Spritzy fan art up. I decide to typically when I do custom sprites, I sprite over fan art because it's an interesting pose and it's not really quite the same thing as tracing, so I don't really care too much about it.
If it works, it works.
Yeah.
And I apologize if my voice is still a little funny. I'm just coming off of whatever I had.
Mm-mm. I really doubt that it was COVID.
I don't think it was. It was like every symptom but a fever. The thing is, everyone in my family also had it, so whatever it was, it went around.
Weird.
But I'm feeling better.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to get sick in this day and age because people are gonna treat you like a leper.
Oh yeah. And when I was the fear of coughing in a store is ridiculous.
Well, I have a chronic cough from growing up with smokers, and
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really gotten too many weird looks because it's mostly just me clearing my throat a bunch. But
Right.
like I remember sometime last year I was sneezing a bunch because I had allergies,
Mm-hmm.
and that wasn't a
And
fun
God
time.
forbid.
Yeah.
And they'll look at you as if you literally have the plague.
Yeah. It's even fitting because I'm spriting a plague Dr. Spritzy right now. Let's see. Actually, that's not bad. Okay. People get to see how I sprite.
People get to watch me struggle to build a table. Oh yeah, last week um it was just unusable.
Hmm.
Conversations got too carried away.
Yeah.
And it was like And plus, you could hear my voice deteriorating throughout the whole recording.
Yeah.
I was like, let's just stop.
It wasn't that bad, honestly. Also, this is way too big for a Sprite.
Shit. How can something be nasty and delicious at the same time?
Okay, this is still too big. The hard part about making a Sprite basically from scratch is that canvas size, especially if it's a small Pokemon.
Right. And you said the name of the Pokemon already, right?
Yeah.
This is a tiny, tiny Pokemon.
Yeah, I think this might be good. We'll see.
Oh, I just realized this is going up the week of Thanksgiving.
Is it?
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
I should be able to record on Thanksgiving if you're both able to.
I don't do anything for Thanksgiving, so yeah.
Thanksgiving's weird for me this year.
I bet.
We don't even know what we're doing.
Oh, so speaking of Pokemon, because I'm spriting this, BDSP comes out in like an hour.
Yep.
This is the first Pokemon game I'm not getting.
I mean, technically, didn't you not get Sword and Shield? You were given them.
I was given Sword, and I was technically given Shield, but as a gift from someone.
Mm.
Shield was given to me early.
Yeah, Whim, I know, has been super excited because she likes to min-max, and she has a digital copy, so she'll be able to play right away. And
Awesome.
oh my god, like, people will take this as something to criticize, but I think it shows really good work ethic. The game's not even out yet, and they've patched it multiple times because they were using the data miners as bug testers, which is brilliant.
I like that.
Using the data miners as bug testers is fucking brilliant.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Or you could also say the incompetence of what's the company behind the remake again?
I don't know, but also like they're clearly watching the data mining. So I am inclined to think that it was intentional.
I mean, it wasn't really taken down.
Yeah.
And usually shit like that is, like, the kibosh is put on that fast.
No, but I mean, like, they're fixing obscure fucking bugs that the data miners found, which tells me that they are watching the data miners, which tells me that this was intentional. They're using those people as bug testers.
If a free testing.
Yeah.
But that begs the question, should these bugs have been in the game to begin with?
I mean, some of them are really obscure things that I can see quality assurance not catching. Like hatching an egg in a very specific place will result in the egg saying that it was hatched in Jubilife City, but it's not the real Jubilife City. It's kind of like Wim explained it to me as it's the location given when there is no location. But it's only in a very specific place, so I can see why it wouldn't have been caught by quality assurance.
Right.
What
about the other bugs?
I find that life makes me less angry if I default to benefit of the doubt, so yeah.
I'm not going to defend bad things.
Well,
It's funny how that they are using the beta testers and the leaks.
Yeah.
For fix the game.
Yeah, like that is amazing, and I love it. It's none of it is worse than what we had in Gen 6, so that's good.
That was scary. Ever since then, I will never save in a Pokemon Center.
Or never save outside of a Pokemon Center. The Pokemon Center was fine.
Yeah, I thought it was inside the Pokemon Center.
No, it was outside in Lumio City. Or specifically, it was out. It was on the big streets in Lumios. The side streets were fine. Any building was fine.
And they really did push the 3DS to its limits.
Yeah,
There.
that was a rendering issue because the game was trying to render everything at once and it couldn't.
I will still say, Gen 6 was damn impressive for what it was on.
Yeah. I mean, nothing will beat Gen 5, but Gen 6 was great.
Gen 5 was the furthest you could ever push Pokemon, in my opinion.
Gen 5 was the furthest that you could push the DS.
Right. Part of me wonders if they intended that to be running on the 3DS because it came out during the 3DS era.
No, it didn't.
And it ran, huh?
No, it didn't.
I had the 3DS when it came out.
The Black and White 2 guidebooks, or not guidebooks, instruction manuals were defaulting to DSi, whereas Black and White 1 defaulted to the normal DS Lite. So no, it was not meant for a 3DS.
Oh, that's not what I'm saying. If it was meant to be in 3D, I was saying like with the processing power of the 3DS.
No, if anything, they were developed for the DSi.
I never had DSi. I went from DS Lite straight to 3DS.
Giga knows well my experiences with the DSi. There was a period of time where I didn't have a computer, so I was on the internet with a DSi.
Yeah, it works. I use my
Barely.
I used my 3DS for the internet.
Barely worked.
I used to watch YouTube on the 3DS.
Mm.
I know, not DSi, but they had the same stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, again, I find that life just makes me less angry if I default to the benefit of the doubt, so I'm gonna assume that this was all intentional. Because if it is, it's fucking funny.
And if it's not, I mean, there's major problems within halls of whatever Masuda was working with at that time.
I mean, I don't think Masuda had much to do with this one.
He was the director.
Oh, is he? Huh.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was entirely in the hands of the third party.
He was the director with the third party.
Ah.
And I'm sure I'll eventually get one of them, probably Pearl. But right now, I'm having too much fun with Shin Megami Tensei and the DLC for Animal Crossing.
Ah.
And I will say one thing, the Shin Megami game, that shit's fun. That's where Pokemon originally got its inspiration from. That's why was more interested in it with this game.
I mean, is that a fact, or is that just something that people assume?
I think that is a fact. I think that's what the creator of Pokemon said.
Because
original.
I know that Satoshi, or whatever his name is, he was inspired by his childhood experiences of bug hunting.
Mm-hmm. I'm like saying the game mechanics that was the game mechanics of how the original Shin Megami Tensei's worked. And it became like that's how Pokemon, I guess, got its inspiration from with the catching mechanics and all that.
Mm.
The Shin Megami games are always catching I don't know if you can say catching the demons. I've been saying that, and people have been giving me weird looks. Making contracts with the demons, I guess.
This whole making contract with demons thing just reminds me of fucking Madoka.
Madoka.
It's a magical girl anime that a friend of mine and Giga's is really a fan of and made me watch, and he's gonna fucking lynch me if he hears me say this, but I'm not a huge fan of it.
Is that the one that starts off really cute and gets really fucking dark?
Yes.
Okay, I have that on my watch list.
It's not bad. It's just with all the hype that he gave it, I expected it to be better.
Yeah, it's like everyone hypes that one up a lot.
But
from what I've been told, it's like the quintessential magic girl anime.
it is, but also I'm not a huge fan of the genre anyway.
I've Sailor Moon might be the only thing I've ever seen, and that was when I was a little kid.
Mm.
I'm more into the mecha stuff.
Okay, how do I sprite this down? Okay, that'll work. But yeah, this regional spritzy, I just fucking love it, and this is just the result of me not being able to sleep at 4 a.m. It's this weird conglomeration of Plague Doctor, Phoenix, and Cinnamon. I know that's not a cinnamon flower, but it's close enough.
To be fair, I've never seen a cinnamon flower, so I wouldn't know.
Cinnamon flowers are fucking generic looking, and this looked more interesting to me.
Okay, I'll look now. Definitely not a cinnamon flower. Definitely not a generic flower at all.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd have maybe some kind of hibiscus.
What, the flower on the spritzy? That's a star anise.
Oh, okay, yeah, I make that into tea sometimes.
Yeah.
I've never seen it actual as a flower. I've only seen it as dried out herb.
Hmm.
You pronounce it anise?
Yeah, I pronounced it that way. I don't know how it's actually pronounced.
I'm really not sure. I think I'd pronounce it anise.
But it has an E at the end, with so, like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of those weird words.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying you're pronouncing it wrong. I might be pronouncing it wrong. It's just one of those weird words.
Who knows? And at this point, who cares?
Exactly. It gives tea a really good taste.
Yeah, apparently it tastes like licorice or something.
I wouldn't say licorice. Really good in cookies.
But yeah, like I showed it to a friend of mine who is an artist on Protochroma, and her, like, she, I think mostly just said, also, that's not a cinnamon flower, that's a star anise, and I'm like, oh, I don't care. I like at that
Speaking
point,
of
I was
okay.
Yeah, at that point, I was just trying to find something that looked good. Anyway, you were saying?
You should do posies.
Ah, that's generic.
Those are the plague flowers.
I know. What do posies even look like?
I don't even know. But speaking of Protochroma, I love your Wendigo.
Thank you.
It's like I'm not a fan of the. I mean, they're all three are really good.
Okay.
I like the crocodile one a lot.
So
yours just stands out.
Apparently, a posy isn't an actual flower; it's another word for a bouquet.
Oh. Damn you, nursery rhymes.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know.
Posies.
Yeah, but I think that's just assorted flowers.
Damn. I'm curious. What flowers did they put in the beak of the plague mask? Google.
Like, I'm looking at Google and it just says a small bunch of flowers, and like its synonyms are bouquet and nosegay, which, yeah, that's just a bouquet.
Mint, roses, and carnations.
Ah.
That's what the plague doctors used inside their masks.
Okay. I was going to laugh. It was actually cinnamon.
That would have been funny.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's not, considering cinnamon was used for some medicinal things.
Yeah. Okay, I have an issue. So there's not enough room for both of them to be shown off. Should I put the flower in front of or behind the eye crest here?
Behind.
Okay.
This is like with the eye crest. The way I see the eye crest, it's like the eyelashes going over,
Right.
and it would be very uncomfortable to have something in front of your eyelashes.
Okay. But yeah, just the idea of Cinnamon Phoenix has been in my head for a while, and I figure I might as well use it here.
I get giggles every time you say that.
Well, yeah, obviously you would.
Oh, I'm drinking cinnamon tea right now.
Yeah. Okay. How do I do this? This thing.
Ugh,
This thing.
cinnamon. It's
This thing has a fucking fedora, and I don't know how to sprite that.
you can get rid of it.
I know because it's part of the design. Because it's the hat that plague doctors wore.
I wouldn't call that a fedora.
I didn't know what else to call it.
Fedoras are like Indiana Jones.
Yeah. I don't know what else.
I forget.
I don't know what kind of hat this is, but it's part of the plague doctor design.
The wide brim hats that priests used to wear back then. Oh my god, I'm gonna be pissed because I used to know it.
But my point is that I don't know how to sprite that.
I'm looking. And for all those wondering what I'm looking at, go check out Kalion's whenever she uploads it.
See you guys in 2023. Just because I'm lazy, honestly.
We gotta get ready for a finale for this Minecraft series.
Yeah.
Didn't they just release a big update for? Oh, I don't know how the hell you're gonna sprite that either.
I like how you just interrupted yourself to mention that.
Because I've been looking at it while I was talking. I'm like, I don't know how on earth this would be sprited. I love the shading though on the hat.
Thank you. It was fun.
With the fire.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Originally, its tail was going to be made of fire, but it cluttered the design too much.
What will the typing be? I'm curious.
It is ghost and fire.
Okay.
And Giga's been on me to design this thing, so might as well.
Finally, one of 5 getting sprited at last.
Okay, to be fair, one of the lines just intimidates me because I don't know what to do with it.
I swear, half the things you need to do for this game intimidate you.
Yeah. So, like, back to Protochroma for a minute because of my Wendigo. So I was talking to Wim because we're prepared for people to throw a fit over me having a Wendigo creature because Tumblr doesn't like that kind of thing. Like, that's...
No one likes Tumblr.
Well, my point is that people have this weird notion that Wendigos are like this taboo thing. You can't say it for whatever reason. And from what I can tell, all of that is just pop culture. But then there's a subset of people who cry cultural appropriation because it's this Native American folklore thing, specifically the northeastern U.S. Like, I cannot pronounce this tribe's name, but it starts with an A, and it's like this whole language group, which I'm Cherokee. Cherokee is not part of that language group, so technically I shouldn't do a Wendigo, but one, who cares? Two, there's actually a very good chance that I have one of the tribes that is in that cluster in my heritage, so I'm just gonna go fuck it and do it anyway.
3, it's a mythical creature.
Yeah, but also it's like it's because it's some sort of like sacred native thing, and I don't want to perpetuate this whole myth of you can only be inspired by a culture that you are a part of, because that's fucking stupid.
Well, if that's the case, I've been ripping off a lot of cultures for my own art.
Same. Like,
and if that's the case, I don't want to see anyone who's not Italian eating pizza. That's Italian stuff.
Yeah. But, like, we have all these things on Protochroma that are based on various animals, based on a couple of mythologies. Like, dude, I am not Asian in the slightest, but both my username and multiple of my creatures are based on a specific Chinese creature.
Mm-hmm.
So who the fuck cares? But
well, you can even say Asian because the kitsune is
yeah,
Korean, Japanese, and Chinese.
well, yeah, I'm talking about the Kirin.
Oh, okay.
The Kirin
So you're both.
is, well, Kirin is a Japanese word that's derived from Qilin, which is the Chinese creature, Chinese unicorn, basically. And there are 4 Qilin creatures on Protochroma right now.
Barkback,
No,
gold one-eye, the Keydrick.
Barkback is not one of them. Barkback is just a
Oh, it
random
isn't?
thing in my imagination. Okay, so the way that you can tell Kirins on Protochroma is that they have 3 horns. That would be the Keydrick, the Kelpricorn, the Draculin, and the Tealing.
Which one's the Wendigo?
The Wendistrix.
Okay, that's what it's called. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good name. Where the hell do you come up with these names?
So that's the other thing I wanted to mention. So basically, the Wendistrix is based on Wendigos and barn owls, and Strix is a genus of owls. It's not barn owls, but it's still owl. And what I learned when talking to Wim, and this was not intentional at all. It's just an amazing coincidence. Wendigo is also a word for owl.
Really?
Yeah. Like, let me go see if I can find the conversation we had. Let's search owl in here, I guess.
Yeah, I just know Wendigos are the cannibalistic creatures.
Yep.
They're monstrous souls that became corrupted from eating flesh.
Okay, so she said, I'm sorry, my throat's making a weird noise. So she said, I learned last night that the word for Wendigo is the same or similar to one for owl in some dialects. I was doing some Googling ahead of time to preemptively prepare myself if anyone bitched. Did you know that, or was it a happy accident? And I reply in all caps, LMAO, I didn't know that. But the antlers are a pop culture thing. Some parts of its appearance are a pop culture thing. It's mostly just a giant humanoid that's a cannibal.
Yeah, it's like a ghoul almost.
Like, let me screenshot this. Because, yeah, we are totally prepared for some Tumblrite bitching about the Wendigo.
What was the response for it? I'm curious.
What do you mean?
How was it accepted? Did people like it?
People seem to like it. They're more interested in the crocodile, but that's because
I like that one too.
That's because Sora is an amazing artist.
She is really good. She, right?
Non-binary, but I've always called her she. So
okay, that's that's the only way I've known her as because of the way you use her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, their art is really good.
Yeah.
Oh, butt plug dragon.
That's not a dragon. That is some sort of weird insect thing.
It reminds me of the engineers from Halo.
Yeah, but yeah, I screenshotted the conversation that Wim and I had.
I'm reading it. That's cool. Did Wim research all this, or did she just know it?
She researched because, again, we were both prepared for someone to be angry that there is a Wendigo, because some people don't like Native American folklore creatures being in things not made by Native Americans. And I don't think I've ever actually publicly mentioned that I'm Native, but like, meh.
Right. And yet, skinwalkers are everywhere.
Yeah, well, the thing with skinwalkers is that they have very similar things in various cultures, because you have generic shapeshifters, you have doppelgangers, you have skinwalkers, that kind of thing.
Right. Like, way I was always told, like, because I live right next door to a reservation in my city, and I was friends with some of the native kids growing up.
Yeah.
Skinwalkers, they took it like as it's their boogeyman kind of thing.
Mm.
Way they always explained it, it was like someone who was like a werewolf, but could change as they see fit whenever they want to.
Man,
That's the way they described it for a white man.
Werewolf just makes me think of the movie that I watched with Giga.
Wait, what?
We watched Wolfwalkers yesterday, and it is literally just Irish werewolves. Because, like, okay, so the premise of Wolfwalkers is that in medieval Ireland, there's this pack of wolves in the forest, and it's run by two witch people that turn into wolves when they sleep. And this is literally just the werewolves of Ossory, which is Irish werewolves.
Oh.
So
Cool.
I nerded out about that to Giga, and he didn't reply to any of it, but, you know, whatever. I'm used to just nerding out and getting no response, so it's... yeah.
That's cool, though.
Yeah. Oh, so Giga's already seen this stuff, so I'm just gonna DM it so to minimize the amount of exposure. But do you want to see a creature that I recently made for Protochroma that's not going to be released for a while, so you can't say anything about it?
Sure.
Let me just get the female. God, Discord did something weird with its latest update. Anyway, here. I DM'd it to you.
I remember you showing me a tease of this.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see this new thing coming.
It's not going to be for a while, but, you know.
Figured. I remember you hinting at what it is. I figured that's something that won't be seen for a very long time.
Yeah. I'm just really proud of how it came out.
It looks good.
And I'm going to show you the baby as well, just because there's a very obvious joke that I expect people to make when they see it. It's also very shiny, which I liked doing.
Not. Oh, I think I already know what the joke is going to be.
Yeah.
It's sus.
Yep.
Uh-huh. I hate that I would be able to figure that one out. I don't even play the game.
I've played it like once, so.
I've watched once, and it's like...
Oh, I watch it all the time. I've only just played it once.
Me, it seems like something I would be afraid to play because people find out I'm too good of a liar. It's like, oh yeah, it was so-and-so behind so-and-so's back. Trust me.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a good liar for the purposes of a game like that.
Alright.
And I'm back to figuring out how to sprite this fucking hat.
It's gonna be a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I hide most of it.
Almost done with my little podcast studio.
Yay.
Even have stand-ins for you two.
Oh boy.
Couldn't think of anything, so I put Giga, a wolf for Giga.
I mean, you could literally just get, like, an armor stand and spawn our heads in.
I don't know how to spawn heads.
There's a command for that. Hold on. Hang on, I need to figure out the fucking hat.
Would you really want an armor stand with your head on, or do you want a fox just running around this little hut?
I don't mind.
I originally had a panda for Giga because he spawned all those pandas in that one time. But you can't put a lead on a panda, so I had to
Really?
kill it.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
You could put one in a boat.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Sorry, dog.
Don't leave the dog.
Okay, I'll leave the dog.
I think it definitely says something that if I ever got to the point of making a persona, one of the animals I would choose is a wolf.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Either wolf or, funny enough, a fox.
Didn't we both discover that we would be deer? Like, remember that?
Oddly enough, no.
You don't? Like we there was this fucking spirit animal quiz or something like that, and both of us got deer. How do I remember this and you don't?
I don't know.
I remember taking a spirit animal quiz thing as well. It told me I was a duck.
Well, that's not far off.
A bird's a bird.
Yeah.
And now I apologize to my viewers, but this is what you're going to be seeing for this next episode. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I am now playing Animal Crossing.
Wonderful.
Hey, these vacation houses don't build themselves.
I guess that's a good point.
Got some nasty ass villagers on my island today, and for wanting a vacation home.
Also, I was watching fucking Total Drama of all things before we started recording.
Oh my god, I haven't heard
What?
about Total Drama Island in years.
It's on Netflix. And it's
season.
World Tour, which I believe is the third season.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's an interesting season.
Yeah, it is.
That was a weird show.
Yeah.
That show wasn't for kids. I'll just say that.
Until they turned it into a show for kids.
I don't understand this
Oh.
whole thing that Total Drama, at least for the first 3 seasons, I don't know if it continued onwards after the third season, but this thing where there's always 2 winners depending on if you're watching in Canada or in the US.
Oh, I never knew that.
Because
Yep.
so in Canada, I believe it was Owen that won the first one, but Beth in the US.
It was Owen and Gwen.
Owen and Gwen. I knew that Gwen was one. I just thought that she was the second season. Duncan and Beth in the second.
Yep.
And then I know that it's Heather and Alejandro in the third. But I don't.
That one is hilarious.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, I don't know why they keep doing this, but sure.
Never even knew they split depending on the viewers and on where you watched it.
Yeah. I don't know why, but they do. Who wants to see a weird bird?
Always.
Me.
Hang on.
Pat actually looks good.
I'm trying to figure out the fake nasal cavity thing, because obviously there's a skull motif going on here too.
Right. I mean, you got it pretty well.
It's also upside down. Whoops.
I think you got it quite well once you flip it.
Yeah. In fact, I think it's easier if I flip it too, because there's more room for it to do its thing.
Right. I still say Aromatisse should have been Poison Fairy.
Eh. I just wanted it to
Wasn't
be an
Cotton
actual
Candy
plague
Dog
vector.
also Pure Fairy? What?
Yep. And technically, I don't think Slurpuff is cotton candy. I think it's meringue, but Swirlix is cotton
I
candy.
think so. And its first evolution is literally just a cotton candy ball on a stick. The second evolution is what you just said.
Yeah, it's meringue.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really mind Swirlix and Slurpuff. I believe Slurpuff is actually even good and competitive.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. Oh, that was an almost perfect curve. Hey. Yeah, like I never actually finished the Total Drama shows after Island because I don't know, I think I just didn't have TV at the time. But I watched Total Drama Action on Netflix. And like I already knew that Duncan won that one in the US, so I was pleased with that.
I just remember the first season. After that, Cartoon Network got blurry.
Yeah.
I would say watch Revenge of the Island and then maybe All Stars, and then stop there.
Oh, I mean, I'm gonna watch All Stars because it has Duncan in it. I like Duncan.
I can tell.
He's the character trope that I just like the most. Oddly enough, the other one would be Noah.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't Noah the airhead?
I wouldn't call him an airhead. Wait, who are you thinking of?
I remember there was one sports guy. He was like really stupid.
No, that's Tyler.
Okay.
Noah is the brainiac.
Oh. Oh, okay. The nerd.
Yeah.
Okay, I know
Well,
what you're talking about.
okay, so when you say nerd, I think of Harold. So probably not.
Okay, then I don't know.
Okay. Okay. So
Like I said, it's been a long time.
all of them are obviously just extreme versions of some sort of character trope. Harold is the weeb.
Weeb.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Let's see. Harold
a
is the
good
weeb.
example.
Duncan is the delinquent. Tyler is the jock. DJ is the. I don't know what you call that trope, but I know it is a trope.
The black guy.
Well, no,
Black
the
guy.
black guy that specifically loves his mother.
Yeah. And then you have Lashana as the sassy black woman.
Yeah. You have Lindsay, who's the bimbo. You you have Beth, who's the braces girl. You have Heather, who's the mean girl. You have
Why is it always named Heather? Why are
I don't
always
know.
mean girls Heathers?
I don't know. You have Gwen, who's the goth. You have Courtney, who's the type A. I don't know exactly what type A means, but it's a very specific kind of girl. Like, did you watch Danny Phantom?
Yeah.
Danny's sister is a type A.
I don't even. The way I wouldn't even know what to compare that to. A type. I've never heard of a type A personality before.
The type A is the girl who gets all A's on her test scores, wants to go to Harvard, had some sort of administrative / leadership position as a teenager. Like in Courtney's case, she was a like CIT, which is some sort of camp aide thing or something.
No, we called that in my school.
What?
Try hard.
Yeah, but like the difference between a type A and a tryhard is that a type A is actually good at the stuff.
True. Well, no, there was one kid. He was valedictorian. He was a tryhard.
Let's see. Type A personality. The hypothesis describes type A individuals as outgoing, ambitious, rigidly organized, highly status conscious, impatient, anxious, proactive, and concerned with time management. People with type A personalities are often high achieving workaholics.
Yep.
That's
all
Courtney
right.
and Jasmine. What else? Ezekiel was the stereotypical homeschooled kid, although homeschooling is probably better than public schooling at this point.
Oh yeah.
Who
Little
else
kids, if
was,
you're watching this, don't go to college. It's not good for you.
yeah, who else was even in the first season? Oh, Trent is the guitarist. Justin is the silent hot guy, I guess.
Silent hot guy.
Or at least that's how he started.
Yeah. And then
Did it have any stoners in the show?
Not
No.
really.
I'm shocked they didn't go for that trope.
Owen is a combination of stereotypical Canadian and stereotypical fat guy.
Right. I love stereotypical Canadian.
Yeah, just without the accent.
Okay. That's pretty.
Who else was even in there? Eva was the woman with anger management issues. the
I don't
gym
even
girl.
remember her character.
What?
Oh, the jock girl.
Yeah. She was the one who got kicked off of the first season second because she blew up at someone because she thought that they stole her headphones.
Okay, I
And then she
vaguely
came,
remember that.
and then she came back and immediately got invaded again.
I'm sure the modern world would have a name for her character type.
She's not a Karen.
Oh no. I'm just saying. I'm sure the modern world would come up with a stereotypical character type for her now. They haven't already.
The Tumblrite. No, we don't even have a Tumblrite on the show.
I don't want to alarm anyone, but a spider has joined the podcast room and he's just been sitting here for a while.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I will take this shit seriously. Once I get the adapter so I can record off my Switch, I will just until we find a new game to play together to live stream or not live stream podcast in.
Yeah.
Just make a podcast room in Animal Crossing. Oh. My vanity come through with this one.
What?
There's a new item in the game. It's like a lamppost. It has 3 lamps and it has banners hanging from it.
Mm-hmm.
And I changed the banners to be my Black Phoenix symbol.
Ah.
I was like, let my vanity show.
Yeah, Total Drama is a weird show and I love it.
I remember how weird it was. I remember it being. It came out when we were. I wouldn't say teen, like just in our teens.
Yeah, like at the very least, I was a preteen.
All right, okay, then we're the same age. So
Yeah, and Giga's...
that should have been on Adult Swim, not Cartoon Network.
No, I disagree with that because
Oh, you did?
at most it was juvenile humor.
Fair enough.
And Giga is 2.5 years older than me, so, like, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, like, I know that when I was 15, he was 18, and his birthday is, like, his birthday is in December, and mine is in July. That's basically half a year.
Okay. Oh, Giga, you're the more mature one on this whole podcast recording session.
That's sad. And a guy who barely speaks is mature.
Yeah, but sometimes those who don't speak often have the most to say. Something like that.
Some, like, profound bullshit like that, yeah.
I can be philosophical at times, and I will just let the record know I do have alcohol flowing through my veins. So take everything what I say with a grain of salt. Look at the bright side, I'm not getting political.
Orb.
It's cute. It looks like... Okay, I don't take this as an insult because I really like it, but it reminds me like something you could see in Angry Birds, and I love it.
It's just orb.
Orb.
It's weird
I'm
because I
liking
can
it, though.
kind of see it.
I was one of the weird kids who would only play Angry Birds.
Why?
I really liked it. That was actually, like, the original Angry Birds. I was good at that. Before the game got cheaty.
How exactly does a game like Angry Birds get cheaty?
They made the level so hard you have to pay to get extra lives or extra birds to finish the level.
Okay.
And it's impossible if you don't pay for the extra birds.
That's dumb.
There are probably secret ways to beat the level still. Because every level has like a secret cheaty way to do it. But that they get to be to the point where it's almost impossible.
We can look up a guide, probably.
Oh, probably. I never thought of doing that for Angry Birds.
I mean, Arknights is a hard game, but once you find a good guide and actually have the units to follow it, then it doesn't become that hard.
Can I speak of something about bullshit hardness with phone games real quick?
Sure.
You both play Pokemon Go, right?
I used to. I don't really... I'm in a phase where I don't. And
Okay.
that's less to do with the game and more to do with just meh.
I kind of do.
Have you been doing the Hoopa Unbound quest line?
Yeah, actually.
Have you gotten to the end?
No.
I'm on the very last one, and it is you have to beat Giovanni.
That I can probably manage.
I'm not good at the battling with Pokemon Go, so I find that to be my impossible task.
Well, there's a difference between skill barriers and pay-to-win barriers.
What would you call Pokemon Go skill-based?
Well, no, but I would also not call not being good at a battling system cheaty or anything like that. I would just call that a skill barrier.
I just think well, here comes the dicky part. If you don't finish it before the 26th, you have to pay money to finish it.
That I don't really see much of a problem with.
I don't
because
like it.
it's no different than not being able to finish it at all.
I mean, I'd be able to do it eventually if I got good Pokemon.
Well, I mean, like, it's an event, so I assume that's going away at some point.
These kind of events never did. These research things. It's something a lot of people are pissed off over from what I've seen on Twitter.
I mean, it's a Pokemon community.
That's
Work this at
unloaded
everything.
this research.
Which one are you on? Where you have to get the friends?
Yeah,
How many more do you need?
I mean, you could just go ahead and add me.
I will. Oh, I got you. That is I had to give it my friend code to a friend, and she passed it around at work to help me finish that.
That's nice of her.
It was really nice of her. Like that was my biggest thing. It's like I don't have many friends who play Pokemon Go, and the ones who do play are smart enough not to open the presents until they have room for an egg. But it was very hard sending the 10 presents to people. And then I
mean,
get the hit with the thing. Huh?
I don't really care about the eggs.
Oh, neither do I. Booing into Go now.
I love how this podcast is just all over the place today.
It is. That's the Foxfire Podcast.
While I try to stride a bird, you two are playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I think the only annoying part for me will probably be the presents, since no one has opened the last ones I sent.
Oh, you send them, I'll open and I'll return the presents.
Are tail feathers difficult?
Mm.
Draw, very difficult, and I don't know why. There's a reason why you never see the tail end of my Phoenix in any of my drawings of it.
I don't have much of an issue drawing tail feathers, I just can't sprite them very easily.
Can you request Giga?
Yep.
Ooh, almost choked. That would have been bad to have happen on camera. Or on recording.
Yeah.
Choking my brains out. Okay, doodle do. Ryder's still here, by the way. Just chilling with us in the recording room.
Good for it.
I've never even seen. Oh my god, I'm about to choke again.
Oh no.
I just hope I'm not like overstressing my voice.
No dying allowed on
Okay.
the podcast.
Oh, that would be bad for ratings. Or would that be good for ratings?
That'd probably be good, actually.
Lord.
Still struggling with the bird tail.
They're easy to make with needle felting, I will say that though. Surprisingly enough. I actually got a commission too for
Yay.
Christmas season.
Yay.
Cardinals. How to make some cardinals now. That shouldn't be too hard.
Like, why is this difficult?
The tail looks good though.
No, it doesn't.
I like it.
It's crooked.
Swooped it looks. How long have we been recording?
About an hour.
Okay. I'll let it go a little longer. I haven't done a long episode in a while. Since this is the first actual podcast I don't think I've done. May as well let it go for a little while.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna make the tail shorter. That might help.
When the time comes and you get the Diamond and Pearl remake, which start are you getting?
I don't like any of the Sinnoh starters.
As a
That's gonna
Turtwig
be
lover, I'm offended. Huh?
I'm
yes,
sorry,
I'm
I
not.
just don't like the Sinnoh starters.
Okay, what are you going to replace it with once you box it?
I don't know. It's been
You
so
do.
long since I played Sinnoh that the only Pokemon that I know that I would get are Shinx and Riolu.
Well, Shanks is close. That's right after Anjum Town,
Yeah,
if my memory is correct.
it's on the equivalent of Route 2.
Exactly.
I like Shinx.
Shanks is a great Pokemon.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to get that item in my game.
Hmm?
I have them decorating this rat's house. Penelope, her name is, I think. Yeah, Penelope. And one of the items she wants in her house is called drapery, and it's just like cloth draped over the walls, and it's like I want that.
Ooh.
And if you buy so many things in the DLC, you're allowed to order anything from the catalog.
Oh, nice.
And I mean anything. It's like if you think of it, and you have to have used it on the island though.
Ah,
If you've used it, you can order it, and it makes you want to do villages for houses for everybody.
neat.
It's like that alone is worth the money for the DLC. You know that bug I tweeted about?
Yeah.
Still happening sometimes.
Hmm.
Every Tuesday, it's always the same one. It's always Whitney and Tuesday. She disappears.
Interesting.
It is the weirdest thing. I just like, okay, I just accept the fact she just leaves and goes out, does her own thing now, and just doesn't happen to lock up her house. Very irresponsible, but I was just upset because she's one of my favorite villagers, and I kind of like panicked a bit when I first saw that happen.
Yeah.
Because I thought, oh my god, is this permanent?
Turns out,
But she
no,
was
she's
back.
just having a vacation.
Yeah, she's off doing her own thing. I don't know where she is. Her house is unlocked, but she's not here. For those who watch my episodes normally, if you don't like this style and actually just want to watch me do random things in Minecraft, let me know. This is very experimental. And it's no different than what we normally do.
Yeah.
But still. It's usually I have something to show on screen. This time I'm just taking the lazy route out because I want to play Animal Crossing.
All right, I'm almost done with the flats. screenshot. Bird
That's cute.
orb.
I like the coloring.
Bird
I like
orb.
the skull. Bird orb.
Bird orb.
Bird orb.
Yeah.
Or just borb.
Yep.
It looks good though.
Thank you. Oh, I need
like
to
the
add the
skull.
fire. Fire time.
I'm probably going to end my recording soon.
Uh-uh.
That doesn't mean you have to stop.
I know, but it feels kind of
Conversations
weird.
always continue. Huh?
Feels kind of weird recording when you're not, though.
Do you want to keep recording?
Nah, I don't mind either way.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm just saying that because my computer's getting kind of hot.
Ah.
Oh, phantoms. Oh yeah, this. Let me go into F5. This will be the end of a session. It feels like we haven't done this in a long time, even though we did it last week, technically. Been a long time since I did a proper ending, though. So if you enjoyed this episode of Minecraft and didn't mind this little experimental bit, leave a like, share it around, helps it grow as a channel, and all that good stuff. Be sure to go check out Kayleon and all her stuff and play Pokemon Sardonyx.
Bark.
And with all that said, this has been Black Phoenix. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Alright, bye.